Halloween isn't until Tuesday, but one nonprofit is hoping people will see what can be done to make their homes more accessible before the trick-or-treaters come. Joining us now to discuss is Rich Padulo, the founder of Treat Accessibly. Rich, thank you so much for speaking with us today.
Thank you so much for having me.
And I love this conversation. It's all about inclusivity and thinking about everybody around you. Let's start first with talking about some of the biggest barriers people living with disabilities face during Halloween. It's supposed to be a really fun time.
Absolutely. So there's 400,000 children with disabilities in Canada, and they range from mobility, sensory, and intellectual. And Halloween, the tradition, creates barriers for almost all of them. Obviously, for mobility, stairs on almost every home creates a barrier, but closed doors, even nighttime, and strangers. All year we're telling kids not to talk to strangers, and we ask them to talk to strangers on one night. So all of these things create barriers, and 90% of the barriers can be alleviated by doing curbside trick-or-treating. So taking your treats to the street and allowing people to see you as they approach. The children get to stay close to their parents without feeling awkward, as most kids over the age of 6 will leave their parents' side, and it kind of socializes a little differently for the kids who need their parents near them. So the inclusivity of the movement isn't just for the kids, it's for the parents, it's for the communities actually treating. Kind of harkens back to the days when communities used to hang out in a big way. It's kind of that. And luckily, Halloween, everybody knows how to kind of treat and everybody knows how to be treated. So we're just kind of hacking it a little bit to make it inclusive for all. And frankly, it helps a lot of parents as well who are in strollers with their kids and seniors who want to go out with their grandkids treated.
Absolutely. You mentioned right there handing out chocolate and treats on the curbside. What are some maybe temporary fixes that people at home can do when they get trick-or-treaters coming? How can they prepare right now?
Fabulous. Well, first off, I'd recommend going to our website. We are not a charity or nonprofit. We're just a Canadian family that has now recruited close to 200,000 homes participating.
Wow.
And we also execute 9 Treat Accessibly Halloween villages in 9 cities. We did that over the last 9 days, where we actually shut down a street during the day to train homeowners, not just who are doing it, but attending. We had over 15,000 families attend over the 9 days. So we've got a lot of people who know who you can ask, but the best way is go to treataccessibly.com. We've got all the tips there. We also ask that you print a lawn sign off our website or go get one from a local REMAX office and put that at the end of your lawn, because that identifies your home as an accessible home on Halloween night. And that's very important too. It's kind of like the bat signal. And if you need more information, there's lots of ways to get it. For example, and I come from a day when you used to be able to, or when you were on a cereal box were huge. So we're actually on every box of Kinder chocolate, Halloween chocolate being sold in Canada. So you can see our website there if you're in the grocery store. Yeah, so there's lots of ways to start, but really just take your treats to the street. You set up a table. Some people have tents. Some people really make fun of the whole situation in a great way and set a fire at the base. It's really cool.
And as you were talking right there, we saw some of Atticus's story playing out there.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Atticus is a real little boy in BC. Atticus's grandmother heard about the movement from the news, storytellers like you, and she contacted us about a year and a half ago and asked if she could write the origin story, which is how my daughter decided to start this movement when she was 6, but through the eyes of Atticus. And thanks to Canadian Tire, we literally gifted 5,000 of those books to 5,000 families across the country. And it was the one gift we told them to re-gift this year, so other families can read it, because it shares the movement, how to do it, but it also shares it through the eyes of children who are not only the beneficiaries of this movement, but will be our future champions of it, because they rock.
Absolutely, and I love the message that comes with Atticus's story here. What are you hoping people walk away with the minute they hear the story?
That traditions aren't law, We can break tradition a little bit. We can do Halloween different for the benefit of 400,000 kids in our country, but also for the benefit of our community and getting back to what we used to love, which is being and helping together and being together.
Okay, Rich, thank you so much for all the work you do, for taking the time to speak with us. We really appreciate it.
Happy Halloween, everybody.
Happy Halloween. That's Rich Padulo, the founder of Treat Accessibly.